So, what if you could build a totally professional website from the ground up with zero coding skills just by using AI? It sounds kind of like sci fi, right? Well, today, we're not just kicking that idea around. We're actually going to dive deep into the technical blueprint that makes this whole thing possible. I mean, it's a question a lot of us have probably asked ourselves, right? You've got this amazing idea, but maybe you don't have a super fancy computer or, the coding know-how to bring it to life. So the big question is, can tech actually bridge that gap for us? And that's exactly the problem this blueprint is designed to tackle. So let's paint a picture here. Imagine they've got this killer business idea, but their entire tech setup is just a basic, affordable laptop. Think something like a Chromebook. They're not a coder, they're not a designer, they're an entrepreneur with a dream. So this is the big hurdle, right? A brilliant concept is just stuck. It's stuck because all the tools feel like they're a million miles away. You think about building a website and you just picture expensive software, a super powerful computer, maybe even a whole team of experts. But what if you didn't need any of that? And this is where the solution comes into play. We're talking about an all-in-one AI copilot. Seriously, just imagine having a strategist, a designer, a copywriter, and an SEO expert all bundled into one single app, working for you right there on your laptop. That's a game changer. Okay, so let's take a quick look at what this AI copilot can actually do. And listen, it doesn't just, build a site and call it a day. No way. It plans out the entire strategy, it generates the design, it writes the content, creates custom images, it even handles all that complicated SEO stuff for you. And get this, it's designed to work with huge platforms like WordPress and Shopify. All right, so let's walk through what this looks like for a user, step by step. The journey doesn't start with picking out cool colors or fonts. Nope. It all starts with building a rock-solid foundation, the strategy. So before a single pixel even gets placed on the screen, the AI basically becomes your personal business consultant. And the process here is honestly super straightforward. You just tell the AI what your goals are, who you're trying to reach, and boom, it gets to work. It starts researching the market, checking out your competitors, and then it comes back with a full-blown website strategy. We're talking about which pages you need, what keywords you should target, the whole 9 yards. All you have to do is give it a look and say, yep, let's do it. Okay, once that strategy is locked and loaded, the AI switches hats and becomes your designer. It's so cool. You just pick your industry and it instantly spits out a bunch of unique design concepts for you to look at. And you're not stuck with them. You can tweak pretty much anything you want with a super simple drag and drop editor. And you can see a live preview of how it'll look on a desktop, a tablet, or a phone. So now you've got a plan, you've got a design, but your website is still basically an empty shell, right? It needs words. The next big step is filling it up with great content, and this is where the AI really shines, transforming into your own automated content team. I mean, this workflow is just incredible. It automates a process that would normally take days, maybe even weeks. You just pick a keyword from that strategy the AI built for you. Then the AI goes out and analyzes all the top-ranking content on Google for that keyword. It whips up a perfect outline for you to approve, and then it writes the entire article, and it's all perfectly optimized for search engines. Then one click, and it's published on your site, just like that. And the visual side of things is just as slick. Need an image for that article? Just describe what you're thinking of. The AI takes your idea, turns it into a super detailed artistic prompt, and then uses models like DALL-E 3 to generate a few images for the web. No need to worry about file sizes or alt text. It's all done for you. And this is so important. SEO. Search engine optimization, isn't some add-on or an afterthought. It is baked into every single step of this process. We're talking technical stuff like sitemaps, performance tuning. It even goes as far as suggesting who you could reach out to for backlinks. The AI is basically managing the whole complex world of SEO so you don't have to. Okay, so now for the real technical magic. How in the world does a tool this powerful run smoothly on a simple little Chromebook? Well, the answer isn't what you might think. It's not about a traditional app you download from an app store. It's all about building something much, much smarter, directly for the web. The secret sauce here is a technology called a progressive web app, or PWA for short. The easiest way to think about it is like a hybrid. It's built using web tech, so you get to it through your browser just like any other website. But, and this is the key, it acts and feels just like a native app that you'd install on your computer or your phone. And this little comparison here really makes the difference pop. A PWA can actually work when you're offline. You can install it right on your device's home screen. It feels like a real native application, not just another tab you have open in your browser. This is how you deliver a premium, high-end experience on hardware that isn't super powerful. All right, so let's pop the hood and see how this thing is actually built. The blueprint lays out a really modern tech stack, and it's basically broken down into 3 main layers. Think of it as the interface you see and touch, the brains of the operation in the back end, and of course the AI magic that makes it all possible. So that front end, that's the part you actually see and interact with. It's built with some really fast technologies like React and Vite. And the goal here is just one thing: speed. We want a super fast, really responsive interface that feels completely fluid and intuitive, even if you're running it on a Chromebook. Then you have the back end, which is basically the engine room. This is where all the heavy lifting happens. It's a powerful mix of Node.js, which kind of directs all the traffic, a super solid database called Postgres to keep all your projects safe, and something called Redis for caching, which is just a fancy way of saying it makes sure everything loads in the blink of an eye. And finally, here's the AI magic. What's really smart about this blueprint is that the platform doesn't try to be one single giant AI that does everything. Instead, it cleverly pulls in the best of the best services for each job. It uses OpenAI's GPT-4 for all the writing and strategy, DALL-E 3 for creating those amazing custom images, and it taps into powerful SEO data from Pro Tools like SEMrush. And this isn't just some vague idea. The blueprint lays out a crystal clear step-by-step roadmap for actually building this thing. You start with the core architecture, the skeleton. Then you build out each AI feature one by one. First the planning engine, then the visual design generator, then the content and SEO engine. And that final step is bringing it all home with the PWA implementation, which is what turns this powerful web tool into that seamless native app experience we talked about. There's a quote from the blueprint's conclusion that just nails it. It says it all. This entire project is really about one thing: democratizing web development. It's about using the absolute smartest tech out there to empower anyone on any device to finally bring their ideas to life online. And that leaves us with one final, and I think really exciting question to think about. When tools like this completely tear down the barriers of technical skill and expensive hardware, what's left? The only real limit is your imagination. So if AI is the new builder, what will you create?